When a patient gets a cancer diagnosis, it can feel overwhelming. Often lots of information is thrown at you all at once. As a cancer surgeon, our next guest wanted to empower her patients. And what started as an in-office effort has turned into a 40-acre nonprofit farm where patients can develop their own journeys to wellness. From Sill Rise Farms in Pennsylvania, let's welcome Dr. Mo, y'all. This is such an incredible organization. So you grew up around medical professionals, right?
Absolutely. So my mother was a nurse. My grandmother was a nurse. I come from a family of healers. And so it was natural for me to go into medicine. My sister is a therapist and an educator. So we come from, you know, folks who know medicine,
healers,
and know healing and care. But to watch them go through a cancer journey. My mother diagnosed at 29. You know, and I remember I was 7 years old and she didn't make it to her 30th birthday. Back then it was an anomaly for someone so young to be diagnosed, but we're seeing so much more of that. And it really makes me want to lean into those root causes of why younger people are getting diagnosed.
You say you saw the same thing over and over with your patients. What was that?
When a patient comes to see me and they bring their family and they bring their fears and I tell them this diagnosis, they have a couple questions. They got a lot of questions.
Oh my God, yeah.
And the first question is always, well, what's my life going to look like? And am I going to live through this? Do I need chemotherapy? I've heard things, I've seen things, I've read things, I've seen those commercials. Do I need that? And then the third question is always, well, what should I do at home? How can I fight this naturally? What does my nutrition need to look like? And I pride myself on having a lot of answers, you know, and being pretty smart, but I didn't have those answers. And so I said, okay, I've got to figure out how to help my patients through this, because when we dismiss that and we don't answer those questions, it really just breeds more distrust.
And confusion. People, you know, really just wanting to find the right answers. You say using food as a secret weapon gives patients kind of a sense of control, right? In such a lack of control.
You know, you understand, like cancer tries to take away your power. And part of getting that power back is focusing on the things that you can control. When everything seems confusing and overwhelming, we really parsed it down into like 3, 4 simple things. Your meals, your movement, your mindset, and how all of those things work together to help the medicine. Because if it's complicated, you're not going to be able to do it. It's not going to stick. But if you can focus on those things, you can get a little bit of control back. You can feel good about yourself, your family. You can make some lifestyle changes. And, you know, I think people are really, they're clamoring for that. They want that.
I think the thing is, people are clamoring for it, but you don't know which is the right information, which is really helpful. Everybody's different. All cancers are different. Like there's really, every individual is unique in their diagnosis and in the healing of that. So that led you to create Sill Rise Farms. So what happens? Like I know there's garden beds created with patients. Like what all kind of goes down there?
So I learned when you're going through a cancer journey, it's hard for you to bend over, right? We're giving you treatments that make your joints achy. You may not have some great days, but you still want to learn how to eat. You still want to know, what can I do to, you know, improve my side effects? And so our raised beds are waist high. We call them classrooms. And it's because we want you to come and learn and experience, you know, what you can do here at the farm and then figure out what you can take with you so you have a transformative experience at home. So we put together a day that allows them to come and experience various facets of wellness. We've got a beekeeper and an apiary. We've got gardens. We do cooking classes and nutrition, ecotherapy, yoga, fishing, meditation, writing workshops, makeovers, right? And so it's just a great place to come and to set aside some of those fears for the day, set aside some of that worry, immerse yourself in lots of different aspects. We call it a living, learning laboratory, right? This is the lab. Come to the lab and experiment so that you can figure out what feels good to you, what's empowering for you, what's sustaining for you, and then what are you going to do when you get home?
For sure. How are you going to, because it's easy to do when you're in a place, an environment where everyone's kind of helping you today, but to carry, to have that translate in your home is quite a different thing. I want to go back to the writing of it, because writing is very therapeutic for me as well. That has to be helpful for them. Like, do they journal? Like, do you encourage that?
We do. And we do actually a narrative writing workshop where we'll give a prompt and we'll invite them to write, you know, around that prompt. But many times it's the moment to sit and to realize and to spend a little time in gratitude. So I'll give you an example. Our last wellness day, we invited folks to write a love letter to yourself. And that's hard. You know, when the body that you're in is going through so many changes and you might look in the mirror and you don't even recognize yourself. How do you tell yourself you love yourself and you're proud of yourself for getting through the
But
things?
words are so powerful.
They're so powerful. And that is the beginning of advocacy for so many of the patients who come, because they realize that, you know what, my story has power and that I need to share this and that I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our next guest knows just how transformative the farm experience is for patients. Let's welcome Stephanie. Give it up, y'all. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Hair is so fabulous. So you've known Dr. Mo for years, right?
Dr. Mo and I met in 2021. We joined the same civic organization, and in 2024, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And Monique was part of my circle already, and she became an even more important part of my circle. Her knowledge as an oncologist and surgeon, and the retreats that she hosts on her farm. So I participated in my first retreat as a patient, as a cancer patient. And I remember walking in, driving up to the farm, opening my door, stepping out, and it was transformative. Just everything was green and lush, and there were flowers and plants, and there was the sound of birds, and it was just where I needed to be,
And
doing
like
just
healing
what I
right
was
off the
doing.
bat.
And
Yeah.
healing right off the bat, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. So what moments of the day kind of stood out for you when you were there?
There were many, but I think the one that was the most fun was I walked in, I had no hair, I had no eyebrows, and I'm not a makeup person, but there was a makeup artist there. And I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get my makeup done.
Yeah.
And I got my makeup done, and Dr. Mo walked by, and she looks and she says, Stephanie, you look gorgeous. And she runs over and we shoot this selfie.
Yeah.
And I felt like myself for the first time in a while. And it was wonderful.
Yeah. Was the writing, I was talking to her a little bit about the writing. That's such an important thing for not just me, but a lot of people I know, just to kind of figure out what they're actually thinking or feeling. And sometimes it's easy to write it out. Was that the same for you too?
Oh my gosh, writing for me was very cathartic. And for me, it was a little different because my cancer is genetic. And so it was writing for my children had they been diagnosed with the BRCA gene.
Yeah.
It was writing for cousins and aunts and other people in the family who might have to go through that same journey. So it was very therapeutic for me.
How is your health today? How you doing?
My health is great.
Yeah.
I've got hair. I've got hair. I've got hair. I currently am what they call no evidence of disease.
Okay.
And so I'm
That's
very
amazing. You're already doing incredible things, but what's next for Sill Rise? What's next for y'all?
Oh, this is where it gets good. So many wonderful things are next, because as we grow, what we're realizing is that, we need to capture some of the data, some of the research that supports how the meals, the movement, the mindset, how they really help the medicine. And so we're looking at research opportunities. We hope to get a greenhouse. And one of the big things that we're working on is that we want to provide an overnight space for people to come, because it's hard. You're taking all these notes and you're trying to get your makeover and you're trying to get your massage and you want to experience everything. But if you really want to learn and do a deep dive, you probably need more than 4 hours. And
Yeah.
so we want overnight accommodations so that we can have caregivers and families come.
We love how you're empowering cancer patients to take control of their treatment and write their own stories. So does our season-long partner, Pilot Pen, makers of Precise, the go-to Precise pen of the Kelly Clarkson Show, and that is why they are donating $5,000 to Sill Rise Farms. And also, I love what you're doing, so I'm gonna donate $5,000 too, because it's incredible what you're doing. I know that's not enough to be getting buildings built, but you know what? What if people want to help? If they want to donate money, like where should they go to donate?
Absolutely. So they can go to our website, stillrisefarms.com. There are opportunities for them to give. There's a form they can fill out for partnerships. And we really want to grow this community globally. So we are so thrilled for anybody to come. And if they want to volunteer their time, their treasures, their talents, we are so welcoming of that. So yes,
Materials are expensive. There's a lot of things we've covered on here where people do that. So it'd be nice for everybody in the world to start looking out for each other, and what they do actually benefits other people,
because
The domino effect.
everybody knows somebody who's going through, a cancer journey.
Everybody.